So 11 is a division problem, which means eventually I'm gonna flip the second fraction. I'm gonna keep the first one the way it is, but I'm gonna invert the second fraction. But I want to go ahead and factor everything first so that I can see what my domain restrictions are before I flip it. You may want to pause this video at different times to see if you can figure out the factoring before I just show you, because once I show you, you can't unsee it and you can't unknow that that's how to factor it. But you do need the practice in coming up with these numbers by yourself. So what is going to multiply to give me 56 that adds to give me 15? Pause the video, try to figure that out on your own. You can use your calculator if you need to, but try to do it by yourself, and then replay the video and see if you were right. Okay, so we have K and K for sure. It ends up being 7 and 8. Multiplies to give you 56, and when you add 7 and 8 together, you get 15. So in order to get a negative 15, they both need to be negative. So I'm getting negative 7 plus negative 8 gets me to negative 15. Two negatives multiplies to give me a positive. Okay, let's look at the denominator. This one I think is a little bit easier to see. 77. Again, you may pause the video right here. See what's going to multiply to give you 77 and add to give you 18. It is 7 and 11. Again, both negative for the same reason. We want to get a negative number when I'm adding, and I want to get a positive number when I'm multiplying. K and K. 88. If you did this one, 88, you might go ahead and think is 8 and 11. That would be correct. Again, both negatives, so that I'm going to add to get a big negative number, and I'm going to multiply to get a positive. And then this one. It's pretty easy. 5 is the only possibility is 5 and 1, and again both negative, so that I get a negative 5 and another negative 1 gets me to negative 6 when I add, but it multiplies to give me positive 5 when I multiply the two negatives. So right now I can see that I have 4 domain restrictions. Let me go ahead and record what those are. K cannot equal positive 7 minus 7 is 0, positive 11 minus 11 is 0, positive 5, and positive 1. I'm going to add some to this later, but I wanted to go ahead and add those before I inverted my second fraction. So let me just rewrite this first one. And I'm going to change this to multiplying, and I'm going to flip this fraction. Taking the reciprocal of it, sometimes it's called inverting it. Okay, so now I can see I have two additional, these two didn't change, but I have two additional domain restrictions to consider. So I have a positive 8, and then I have another positive 11. I don't need to write it twice, so that's going to be all of my domain restrictions now. And now I'm just going to cancel and simplify. So looks like I have k minus 8, k minus 8, k minus 7, k minus 7. These do not cancel. They are both on the bottom. They do not cancel. They combine, and you'll have two of them. So we're going to have k minus 5 times k minus 1 over k minus 11 squared, because I have two of them. So that's your answer along with those domain restrictions.